Written by Michael Frith, Jerry Joel, Emily Pearl Kingsley, Shannon Lerner, Nita Link, Albert Miser, Jeffrey Moss, Norman Stiles, John Stone, Daniel Wilcox. Illustrated by Mel Crawford, Peter Cross, A. Delaney, Michael Frith, Harry McNaught, Kelly DeChally, Bob Taylor. Photographs by Charles P. Rowan. With voices and narration by Speaky Geeky and GeekyJr's Mr. Geeky. In this story, there are dozens of words that begin with the letter D, so listen carefully and see how many D words you can count. This story is called The Diamond D and the Dreadful Dragon. Dozens of years ago, in a drafty castle, Duke David of Dundeedle did dwell. Duke David was dumpy but dignified, and he had a darling daughter named Dora, who was a delight. One day, Dora danced through the door in a dear little dress decorated with daffodils. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo, Dora sang as she danced. Oh, hello, dear dumpy daddy, said Dora to Duke David of Dundeedle.
Dora, my darling, dimpled daughter, said Duke David, you are indeed delightful, so I have a dandy present for you.
Do tell, said Dora. Do describe this doodad, daddy.
It's a dazzling diamond D dangling from a chain.
So, hanging the D around Dora's dimpled neck, Duke David of Dundeedle departed through the door. Dora also departed, darting down into the daisy patch to dance amid the Duke's downy ducks. Although Dora and Duke David didn't know it, someone else dwelt in the castle. This someone was Donald, the dreadful dragon of Dundeedle.
I'm Donald, the dreadful dragon of Dundeedle. I live in a dungeon downstairs in Duke David's dwelling. It is a deep dungeon, a dark dungeon, a deep, dark, damp, dank, dreary dungeon. It is a dump.
Donald used dozens of D words, which was the only thing you could say about him. Otherwise, he was a dud. Donald the dragon dashed from the dungeon directly to Duke David's dandy daisy patch.
I am dashing from my dungeon to steal the diamond D that Duke David gave his daughter Dora, he said.
Donald, the doer of dark deeds, drifted into the daisy patch. Dora, daughter of Duke David, saw the dreadful dragon and dropped a drooping daisy from her dainty, dimpled hand. She danced directly up to Donald the dragon and declared, Well, look who's here, a dear doggy. Hi there, doggy. Donald disbelieved his droopy ears.
Doggy, he screamed. Did you say doggy?
Definitely, said Dora.
Well, I do declare, said Donald. If Dora, the dignified Duke David's daughter, thinks that I, Donald the dreadful dragon of Dundeedle, am a doggy, then Dora is dense.
But you're the dearest doggy I've ever seen, Dora declared. Do come and dwell in our castle, doggy dear, and I'll give you this diamond D which my doting daddy dropped around my dimpled neck.
Don't doggy me,
Donald roared, darting toward Dora, determined to grab the diamond D. Suddenly, Duke David dashed into the daisy patch, diving between darling Dora and dreadful Donald. The Duke drove Donald around and around the daisy patch. The dismal dragon ducked, dodged, darted, and dashed through the ducklings and the daisies until the Duke dumped him into the duck pond. Daddy dear, said Dora, why did you do that?
Because the dreadful dishonest dragon was determined to steal the dazzling diamond D from around your dainty dimpled neck, said the Duke.
Dragon, said Dora. I'll be darned. He looks like a doggy to me.
You're dunce. But you're adorable, Dora, said Duke David. So here's what we'll do. From this day on, this dreadful dragon will dwell in a doghouse, dine on dog biscuits, and do doggy tricks to delight my divine daughter, Dora. Or else.
Or else what? Donald demanded.
I'll dump you in the dunk pond again. Bow wow, said Donald. I'm a doggy.
And so David, Duke of Dundeedle, and his delightful daughter Dora lived happily ever after with Donald the doggy, who used to be a dreadful dragon. The Princess and the Pea. One dark and stormy night, a girl knocked at the door of a royal palace. I am a princess, she said. I got lost in the storm and my horse ran away. Will you let me stay the night?
A princess indeed,
said the queen. The girl's clothes were torn and muddy, and her hair was a mess. But when the prince saw the girl's lovely smile, he begged his mother to let her stay. As soon as the queen noticed that the prince was interested in the girl, she decided she must find out if the stranger was a real princess. So she put a pea upon a mattress and piled 12 more mattresses on top. Then she gave the girl a ladder and told her to sleep well. The queen hurried to tell the prince about her plan. "If she feels the tiny pea, she's got to be a real princess," said the queen. The next morning, the girl came out of her room looking very tired. "I couldn't sleep at all," she moaned. "There was a lump in my mattress. She is a real princess," gasped the queen.
"Even if she isn't, I love her anyway,"
said the prince happily. And when he asked the princess to be his bride, she said yes.
The end!
Don't forget to visit GeekyJr for more of the stories that you love, only on GeekyJr and Speaky Geeky. Ask a parent or guardian if you can subscribe to GeekyJr today.